What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make Cyborg from the DC Universe Doom Patrol series using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to head into Appearance, Head, and then Head again, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find Custom Head 33 in this skin tone right here. Then you're going to back out of there, go into Face Decal Color, which is the color of the eyebrows and facial hair, and you want to make sure that is black. For the wrinkle decal color, just go with this color right here, and we don't need any accessories, so now of course we can back out of there, go into helmets, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find, you guessed it, Cyborg's headpiece, which you know isn't 100% perfect, but I still think it'll do. It still looks really, really cool. So for the first color, we're going to go with dark gray, and for the second color, you're going to go with black for the hair. Now then, for the body, we're going to go with a preset body, and you're going to scroll all the way to the top until you find Mr. Terrific's body, and we're going to make it red. And of course, Mr. Terrific is a DLC character, so you will need the TV Superheroes character pack if you want to make the Doom Patrol version of Cyborg in this game. Now then, for the arms, we're also going to go with Mr. Terrific's, which are down here somewhere. There they are. And again, you want to make sure that they are red. For the hands, I went ahead and made them dark gray, so we're going to match it with the headpiece like that. For the hips, you're just going to go ahead and go with a solid red color. And finally, for the legs, I went with red for the legs like this, and then white for the boots. So this is basically going to act as his sneakers pretty much. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, because I still think it looks just as good in red, but I think it adds a little bit more detail if we actually add the sneakers, because I think that looks really, really cool. Now then, onto the effects. So we don't need a left hand glow or a right hand glow, but for the hit impact effects, we're going to turn that on, make sure that it is style 4, and for the color, you're going to go with this bright blue right here. And we're also going to do the same for the jump slam effects in style 3. So you can see here, that looks really cool, but if we wait for it to disappear, as you can see in this bright blue right here, it looks even better. Nice. Now then, onto the abilities. So we don't need to add any abilities to the tag button, but for the jump button, we're going to go to double tap X and add the flight ability. While we're at it, we'll also add the hyper jump ability as well. Now then, for the square button, we don't need any abilities on hold square, but on tap square, you're going to go to bolts, turn that on, make sure that the bolts come from the eyes like this. For the bolt style, you're going to go with the second one. For the color, you want to make sure that it is orange. For the damage type, you want to go with heat bolts, and then of course for targeting, you want to make sure that is turned on. Now then, for the circle button, we're going to go to tap circle, and we're going to go to force field, turn that on, and make sure that it is a force field style 5. You can see here it's got this electrical current around it, which is really cool. And for the force field color, we're going to do the same that we did with the effects, which is this bright blue right here, which looks really nice. And finally, for the abilities, we're going to go to hold circle, go to beam, turn that on, make sure that it is a beam style 1 like this. For the beam type, we're going to go with a heat beam. For the color, you're going to go with orange, and then for the origin, again, we're going to go with the eyes. Nice. Now then, onto the skills. So we don't need a grapple, but we will definitely add technology. I don't think we need acrobatics, mind control, telekinesis, wall climbing. We will add smash walls, and we will add super strength. We don't need chlorokinesis. We will add beam deflect. I think that makes a lot of sense. We don't need goon command. X-ray, I think we'll go ahead and add that, and we'll go with X-ray style 2, because that looks really cool. We don't need graffiti. Tracking, I think that makes sense, so we'll go ahead and add that, and I think we'll make it, how about this bright blue again? Yep, that looks cool to me. We don't need illumination. I don't think we need hazard protection either, and we don't need stealth. So now of course we can move on into the personality. So for the health icon, I just went with silver. For the health type, go with standard health. For the voice, just choose voice 2. For the speed, go with normal. For the target reticle, I would definitely recommend going with live wires. I think that one is perfect. And then for the animation set, we're of course going to go with cool, because you know Cyborg is a super cool character. Alright, so we've done the appearance, the abilities, the personality. We don't need any weapons, so now what we need to do is fill in the basic information. So for the status, we'll put hero. For the affiliation, unfortunately there isn't one for Doom Patrol, so we'll just go ahead and add Teen Titans instead. And then for the name, we're of course going to put Cyborg, or you can put Victor Stone instead if you want to differentiate him from the other versions of Cyborg that are already in the game. Alright, cool. So now of course what we're going to do is drop Cyborg into the hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is. This is of course my custom made Cyborg made in LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Now, like I've said already, this is based on Cyborg's appearance from the upcoming DC Universe Doom Patrol series, but you know, he may occasionally change his clothes in the series as well. But obviously, this is of course based on the red tracksuit that we've seen him wearing in most of the promotional art. And I've got to say, when you take Mr. Terrific's pieces from the TV Supervillains character pack and make them red, it actually turns out looking fairly accurate to the way that Cyborg looks in the actual show. So overall, I am extremely happy with the way that this character design turned out. He looks really cool. So anyway, what can Cyborg do? Well, obviously, we have yet to see really what this version of Cyborg can do in that universe. So what I decided to do was basically look at most of the trailers and see what abilities I could add from there, plus add most of the classic abilities from the comics as well. So, you know, he's super strong, so he can pick up this forklift and chuck it over there like that and watch it explode. That is awesome. If we come over here, we can attack using melee combat, which is really cool. You can see that blue effect that comes from the punches and kicks there. I love that because it gives off that technology vibe, which is really nice. We can also target these objects right here like this and shoot bolts from our eye, which we can also do without targeting like that. So that's pretty cool. We've got a beam that we can shoot from our eyes as well. You can see here it's more Superman than Cyborg, unfortunately, because there's just no way to make it so it actually comes out of one eye. But hey, at least we still have the beam. We also can't forget the ability to do this right here, which is awesome. So you can do that ground pound ability, again giving off that really cool technology vibe, which I absolutely love. And finally, for the core abilities, we have this one right here, which is the force field. And the reason I decided to give Vic this was because in the most recently released trailer for the Doom Patrol series, we actually see Cyborg basically create a force field around his arm, and it looks really cool. It's got like this technology kind of look to it, but it's not like a physical shield, if you know what I mean. I absolutely love that. So I thought this force field ability would be a nice little reference to that scene from the trailer. I'm trying to bring it back up. There we go. So let's actually go fight the police as this version of Cyborg. And as you can see here, like I showcased in the actual customization part of the video, he can hyper jump and he can also fly. And even though we have yet to see if this version of Cyborg can actually do that in that universe, I think it's still worth adding that ability because it allows me to get around the hub world a lot easier. Plus, in time, he'll probably be able to at least hyper jump or maybe even fly eventually. I mean, you got to think this is the first series of Doom Patrol, and these characters are definitely going to evolve over time. But yeah, I'm really excited about the Doom Patrol series. I just think that looks like such a great show. I honestly think that looks like the best DC TV series I've seen ever, really. Like, that just looks right up my street. It look, you know, the whole dysfunctional family kind of thing, and the crazy powers and the weird characters. I absolutely love it. I am so excited to finally sit down and watch that show. I think it's going to be amazing. And obviously, you know, this is the Doom Patrol version of Cyborg, but of course there's characters in that show such as, you know, Negative Man and people like that. Those characters obviously aren't in this game, so I'm definitely going to try and see if it is possible to make them, because it would be great to be able to, you know, team up this version of Cyborg, which I'm very happy with the way that he turned out, you know, with like a custom Negative Man and things like that. That would be really cool. Right, so the easiest way to get some notoriety in this game is just to basically punch the nearest pedestrian over and over again. Here we go, come on, get lots of notoriety going. You can see that with the helmet, I decided to go with a dark grey. There was just something about the light grey you could see on the classic Cyborg there. For me personally, it wasn't working. Like, it didn't fit the design. When you look at a lot of the promotional art for this version of Cyborg from the Doom Patrol series, it definitely looks like a darker metal. It doesn't look as light grey as you can see from the classic Cyborg. So I think the dark grey with the red tracksuit and everything looks really cool. I actually really like the design. I think it's probably because of, you know, budget reasons they can't show the entire suit, like the whole Cyborg body. That would be really cool if they could eventually, but I kind of like it. It looks cool. It's definitely kind of become iconic, if you ask me. Like, when you see that red tracksuit, you think, oh yeah, it's the Doom Patrol series now, so that's cool. But I mean, you never know. Maybe as they get further into the show, maybe if with Series 2, or even if Cyborg joins the Titans, like a lot of people are thinking, you know, the other Titan series, because of course they are set in the same universe, which is really cool. I love how they're connecting all of these. I think that's really awesome, because you have the DC Extended Universe, and you have the Arrowverse, and then you have this too now, so it's kind of cool to see all these little mini cinematic universes coming together, which is really nice. But yeah, it would be interesting to see if Cyborg joins the Titans eventually, and maybe then we'll get to see his full body. That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe we see it in the Doom Patrol series. We'll have to see. If they could show it, I would imagine it's probably only in one show, because that would either have to be a suit or lots of CGI. But we'll have to see. But overall, I am super excited about it. I think it's going to be an awesome show. I'm very excited to see, you know, what else DC are planning for the DC Universe streaming service. I think that's really cool. I mean, at the moment in the UK, we don't actually have that, so the shows that they create, I think, are just going to go on Netflix. Titans is on Netflix now, and I really, really hope that Doom Patrol is going to be on that next. I would imagine it would. I think that would make a lot of sense, considering, you know, spoiler alert for Titans, but obviously there was that whole episode where the Titans meet Doom Patrol. So since, you know, it's set in the same cinematic universe, Netflix would be crazy to turn down the opportunity to be able to put that show on their streaming service as well. But then the Stargirl, I'm not sure if that's going to be part of the same universe or not. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video, so I want to thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.